I failed at everything. This week was a big, like I failed at everything, everywhere, all at once this week. And so like, but I'm starting it tonight. Hi, welcome back to Cross Stitch the Globe. My name is Stephanie. This is a channel about cross stitch. And normally I'm here with my sister Allison, but she is sick and she really was I was like, are you sure? Like we went and saw Wicked on Friday and she looked like she was feeling bad. And I was like, so I didn't expect her to want to be here today. And then she was like really going to try to push through it. And I was like, it's okay. We have some like big videos coming up. Like our next couple of videos are like our plans video and our whip parade. Those are going to be like intense videos to film. It's okay. I can film a Flosstube by myself. Like you can rest. So she finally like, I don't know if I pushed her into it or if she was like, yeah, I should rest, but she needed to rest. But we did see Wicked. It was really fun. And it was so good. And that leads me into a little bit of an announcement before we dive into cross stitch Flosstube stuff. I'm starting a second channel. So I did that go cross stitch thrifting with me video a couple months ago, and you guys really liked it. And I want to do a lot more thrifting videos, but this channel is not the place to put those because it would obviously be not just cross stitch thrifting, and we already put out a lot of videos, so adding more videos to this channel doesn't really make sense. So I'm starting a second channel, and I did go finally film the first episode, and it should be out this week. So I'm going to link to the channel below if you want to subscribe to it so that you can see the video when it comes up. The channel is Stephanie Shop Secondhand. But I don't know, with new channels, you can't always search for them. So I'm going to link it in the description if you want to see I'm hoping that video will be up Wednesday night. With a new channel, you never know how long it's going to take you to get all the editing stuff right. So, but I would, if you liked that Thrift With Me video and you want to see more thrifting videos, that's where they'll live, Stephanie Shop Secondhand. Okay, so we have 3 kinds of videos on our channel. This is a floss tube. I have everything I stitched in front of me. It's not a lot. And we'll talk about it more. But that's what a floss tube is. If you came to us from a different kind of video, it's where we go through our personal stitching. They're really fun. We also share a lot about what's going on in the cross stitch community. So if you feel like you're living in a cross stitch silo and you don't have stitchy friends and you don't have stitchy places to go, and then just join us today and we'll tell you about a lot of people to go check out. And the Jingle Ball is going to be on Friday through Sunday. And if you haven't heard of it, we have an extra that we put out about it, because in between our regular Flosstube episodes, we do extras, which is where we talk about topics we don't have time for. Last week we did 2. We did our free Christmas patterns, which was super fun. And then we did our Jingle Ball prep video. And I mentioned in the video that I ordered a sweatshirt and it got here. And I love it. It's so cozy. I love it. So go check out both of those videos, and I will put in the description the link to the Jingle Ball website and the DeesTwentyStitches YouTube account where you can get more information about going to it if watching that video makes you want to go. All right, and then we also do tutorials on Thursdays that are for new stitchers. The last one we did was how to cut even weave-in linen by drawing a thread. This week we're going to, because Allison's not here and the next topic we have planned, she's going to be involved in, I'm just going to do another one of the organizational videos that I've been doing. So I've been doing, I did organize paper patterns with me, and I did an organize fabric with me. This week we're going to do organized digital patterns with me. So probably actually after I film this video, I'm going to pop open my kind of dirty-ish laptop and start organizing that Dropbox folder I have of digital patterns, and we can also chat about other ways to store digital patterns and organize them and ways to make them accessible. So that will be fun. So that'll come out on Thursday. And all right, so that's kind of all of the housekeeping that we needed to do, and so let's dive in. So we like to start out with thank yous and mentions of other channels that promoted us. It's a great way for us to give back and also let you guys know about some amazing channels that they're usually people we watch all the time. So first there were a few people that recommended our free Christmas patterns or free patterns series. Karen from KVH Stitches, who I'll mention later in the video under parades. The Decorative Din, who is a new to me Flosstube, but she's got a larger craft channel. And so her Flosstube, she's on Flosstube like 3, but she has like over 70 videos because she does all kinds of crafts. So definitely go check her out. And then Stitch and Bee. So thank you guys. And then the Flossmas and Cousins, Callie mentioned that our Jingle Ball prep video was going to be coming out. And so thank you, Callie. And that also reminded me that I met Christy at the I met Christy. I don't think Christy met me, but I met Christy at the Jingle Ball last year, and that was really fun. And I hope to see them again this weekend. And then Sarah from Modcross recommended our channel. Sarah is a YouTuber or a Flosstuber and then also a designer, and she has great designs. I started one of her designs and hope to work on it more next year because it's a Halloween design. But she just released some really cute winter ones. So definitely check her out. And then Rebecca from JedXStitches Everything filmed a new kind of video where she did, for her channel, she did like a whole crafty week vlog. And she filmed herself stitching or knitting or reading while we were up on her TV. And I watch you guys, when I watch Flosstube, I watch you guys on the big screen TV in my living room. So that's fair. That's, fair play. But it is hilarious to see yourself like really big in someone's living room when you're like, is my lipstick correct? Is my makeup smudge? But that was really cool. And then Dances with Floss, who is a new Flosstube to me. I think this was only their second video. They have been following Allison's Lady of the Flag journey and loving it. And then Teslin and Sandy DeGreta. Teslin mentioned us and her, she named 5 channels she's been loving. She put us in that, so thank you, Tess. Sandy Greta recommended our channel and also is joining Allison's Princess Birthday Sal, so that's exciting. We're going to start in January. And we have a whole extra about it if you want to join us, what it means, because it just means stitch something princessy, but what that means could be up to you. And then Natalia from Officials Mermaid Cove and Rose Crafty Corner both recommended our organizational series, so hopefully you guys are wanting to jump on board with this digital patterns organization, because that's coming next. And then the Sleepy Stitcher recommended our channel, and I will mention her again under Flossmas's. So thank you guys so much. And then we like to congratulate people who are celebrating things in the cross stitch community. And as we get into what's going on this week, you guys will notice a theme of I didn't have time. So I didn't watch a ton of Flosstube this week. I probably watched and stitched the least I have since I started a year and a half ago. But I did see that Michelle from DeesTwentyStitches posted her 365th Flosstube and is doing a celebration for that. And I haven't gotten a chance to watch it because it just went up this morning, I think. It either went up this morning or last night. But last night I was watching the OU game. But anyway, so I'm excited to catch that one. Can you imagine 365 Flosstubes? And Michelle will occasionally purge her Flosstubes. So you don't want to sleep on them because you can't go back and binge them later. And then for birthdays, I only saw 2, but again, it was not as up to speed as I normally would be. Dee from DeesTwentyStitches had a birthday and also released the December pattern a few hours early. So for the Stitch for Pride, so that was exciting, and I can't wait to, I'll talk about that more in plans. And then Sarah from Memphis, Sarah E, is having her So Fancy B-Day Sal. I'm not sure exactly what day, but I'm definitely going to join in. I joined in last year as well, and that's where you just stitch something that you consider fancy. And last year I stitched on Lady Mirabilia. I think this year I might stitch on Christmas Elegance because she is very elegant and fancy. So happy birthday, Sarah and Dee. And then, okay, so let's dive into stitching. There's not much, guys. There's not much. All right, so FFOs. I should be showing you guys a little FFO stocking. That is an F on my part. I failed. I did not get it done. I have all the supplies. What I can say for myself is my heat went out. There was a night where I had to have all my kids sleep in my bed because the heat went out and I didn't know how cold their rooms are going to get in the middle of the night. Luckily, our landlord sent someone out the next day and an animal had chewed through one of the cables on the heater, and by animal, my mom was like squirrel, because my mom's has a ongoing battle against squirrels, because they're like the squirrels that live in my parents' house are like campus squirrels. They're like so big, and they're not like any of the squirrels in the rest. I mean, anyway, what I will say is a squirrel probably, but could have been, I guess, like a possum or something else that lives around here, chewed through the cable of my heaters. So the first 2 cold days of the year, like where it was below freezing, we did not have heat, and that was fun. And also my hands were too cold to stitch. I did stitch every day, but I usually averaged 500 stitches a day. Like that's what I try to average, and I set goals that are higher than that, and then I don't hit them. But I like 500 is like a good guess. I averaged half that because there were like multiple days where I stitched like 5 stitches or 30 stitches. There were several nights where I put away my stitching because I was worried my daughter was going to projectile vomit onto my stitching. Because my kids were so sick, they were extra cuddly, which was lovely as a mom, but like I had no lap. And you're constantly like, it's only so fun to put your stuff to the side for so many times where you're just like, this isn't happening. I also, when I'd go to my parents' house, like normally I'd sit there and stitch and like let my parents kind of like, grandparent, but the kids have reached new levels of crazy. And so for the most part, I only really did that one day. For the most part, I did not stitch while I was at my parents' house. It was like a 4 or 5 adults to 2 children to keep everyone like no catastrophes, no giant messes. Like the last 2 weeks have been a lot. And also I was sick in there. And then some life stuff happened that like I will talk about when it's okay to talk about it, but it's not okay to talk about it yet. But like that caused some like stress shopping that I'll talk about later. But anyway, so I got about half the amount of stitching done that I typically do. And I got no like extra stuff like FFOs done. So that was an F, failed. Did I finish anything? Like the thing that I wanted to finish for Nora November? No, again, I get an F. I failed. But we're going to move on. I rearranged my December plans so that I can make up for the stuff that I wanted to do in November. Not all of it, but some of it, so that I can still get it done, because I have things I want to finish before the end of the year. But no, there are no finishes to show you. There are no FFOs. There are no finishes. Are there new starts? There's one, but I should have had 2 because, again, I failed. So I'll show you my first new start. And I'll talk about the new start I missed in plans because I'm starting it today. Okay. So this is my small start on Turkey Day by Cottage Garden Samplings. I started with one of the fancy flosses, the chamomile that was in the middle, because I bought it to start, like I bought the 2 fancy flosses to kit this project up. And I didn't want to get all the DMCs and stuff out when I knew I was only going to put in less than 200 stitches just to officially start it on Thanksgiving this year, and then I really won't pull it out again until next year. So I just have a little baby start, but I'm so happy that I did. This is on 28 count cauldron by Picture This Plus. The ancient is the called for, and I had like fallen in love with Laura from DeesTwentyStitches version of it, and my friend Jen recognized that from Jen's Fiberweb, guessed correctly that the fabric was cauldron. And I was like, I was so sure that she guessed correctly that I went back to one of Laura, because Laura posted a photo of it, but didn't mention like cover her finish, but didn't mention the fabric. And I had watched the Flosstube where she showed the finish so long in the past that I didn't remember. And I didn't think I was going to get to start it when I watched that, because the 1, 2, 3 stitch was out. But I found it on DeesTwentyStitches. And so Jen guessed that it was cauldron. And I was like, I think that's like right. Like not like a good sub, but like I think it's correct. So I went back and I watched DeesTwentyStitches, Laura's video, and she did do it on cauldron. So in the picture, it looks a little more blue. I think the video is pretty true in terms of it's like a bluey silver with brown modeling, but I'm really excited. I'm not worried about how much this is ghosting because this is in the middle of a giant turkey. So it gets darker and stuff. And then this is also the color in some of the leaves that are down here, but I think it'll be great. So I just wanted to start that Thanksgiving night, but obviously Thanksgiving's a busy day. I didn't like get a ton done on it. I didn't think I would, but so I did 127 stitches. I wanted to do 200, but I was just like tired and done. I just needed to go to bed. It lives in this pumpkin pie and like all kinds of fun wintry fall treat bag, and the bag maker doesn't make bags anymore, so which is sad, but I'm stitching it with this 6-inch Duchess hoop. And I only got the 2 fancy flosses for it. Ooh. F again. I have the pattern in the bag, which I should not leave it there for the whole year because I'll be very confused where it is when it's time to work on it next year, because I didn't scan it. I just took a picture of like the little section I was going to do. I need to scan the whole thing. These are the 2 colors of fancy floss that it calls for. And if you do it on General Arts Chamomile and General Arts Maple Syrup, if you do it on 2 stranded, then you need 2 of them. But I didn't want to get the DMC out because my goal is hopefully by next November, when I actually, or like October, whatever, when I pick this up again, that I have converted to a master set and I'm not siloing DMC into bags. So I figured I would just not get the DMC out until next year, because hopefully by then I'll have like a nice little DMC master set right by my stitching spot, which is part of my life update that I'll share with you guys whenever it's appropriate. Now, no one is at my house right now, so the sound I think is probably going to be pretty good. I do want to get a rug in this room for when I record in here so it's not quite so echoey. Again, I use a different outlet and my ring light overheats, and I don't know why that does that, because this ring light works and it just doesn't work when it's plugged in here. So we're not working with ideal conditions. You can see it's very like bright down here, whatever. I have had some people ask about like sound quality, especially because Allison's living room is really big and echoey and we can't make very many changes to that living room setup based on like comfort, or we can't do a lot of things that would be better for the videos that would make their room uncomfortable. But in terms of audio, I did go ahead and order on Black Friday special some cheap microphones to test out and see if that helps. So they should get here Thursday. So this should be the last video without, with just the in-camera audio. So that will be exciting. All right. Whips. Now, again, this should be like a finish or a finish for now, or a whip, but like ready for beads, but it's not because I failed. Okay. So my first whip is Moonglow by Nora Corbettt. I really wanted to finish this in November, but as you can see, I got a ton done, but she's not quite done yet. She has 1,100 between stitches and beads, because markup can't tell what a bead is. She has 1,100 things she needs left, but some of them are beads, and I don't know what the percentage is. So since you guys saw it last time, I finished the rug. Like I did a lot on the rug. I did her whole hair and flowers. And then I came over here and I started going up on that side. And I still have to finish, obviously I have to finish this side. I have to finish all of the like one color of the vines and then fill out the leaves. Then I need to finish the white. Then I realized I had missed, there's some things up here that I thought were beads that are actually stitches. Now I'm replacing all of the single confetti stitches with beads, but I probably will do less of them overall because I think the top is a little bit busy the way it's charted. But I still have a lot to do. And then I have to backstitch her body, so her tattoos and stuff are done, but her body is obviously not backstitched. And then I have to beat it. So I have a lot left, but I did clear some December goals because this is like, I want this done this year. This is on 28 Count Paranormal by Bestitch Me. And I forgot to mention a few times that I'm doing this as part of the Moonglow Magic Sal with Elizabeth from Savory Sewing, Allie from Allie Z's Crafty, and then Katie the Peacock Stitcher and Addie from Addie's Cross and Quilts both finished theirs. And there may have been a few others who joined us that finished theirs along the way. But I just want her, I want her done because I want her on the wall of my bedroom. I even found like the perfect frame now. It needs some like, it probably needs to be like completely cleaned and painted, but it's like, it was like a $2 thrift store frame that like will fit this perfectly. And I just want it on the wall. So she's staying out. She lives in my Jasmine custom bags, moon bag, which I now have a project that's going to go in this for January. So she has to get finished because she's getting kicked out. And then also I am finished with her, like a lot of her colors. And this floss is getting reappropriated to my Stitch for Pride piece. So it is, her time is up. She can hang around for a little while longer, but she's got to go. I love her. I just want her on the wall. And the other, oh, I thought I would give some Nora November stats because it's so nice that that I'm filming like the first day of December and I can give like a little November wrap up. Okay, so right now I feel like I missed all my Nora November goals. I didn't like do what I wanted to do, and I had to take a step back and look it up because I stitched so much less in November than I normally do. I only stitched 11,300 stitches. I would normally hit around 15,000 and with a goal of like 25,000, but I would at least get like to 15,000 and I didn't. So for Nora November, I worked on 4 projects, which I didn't get to my whips. I got to my new starts and then the 2 that I was trying to finish, but I didn't get to my whips, but that's okay. I stitched on Nora or Mirabilia 5,855 stitches, which was 52% of all the stitches I did in November. So even though I did not meet my goals, that was still like a really good amount of stitches for Nora November. And if I had only picked one thing to work on, would have finished. Like if I'd only worked on Moon Glow, I would have finished her. Because I also did 2,100 stitches in Christmas Elegance, which I started with Rosanna from Bright and Dusty. I did almost 1,000 stitches in Touching the Autumn Sky, which I really wanted to finish and is now getting moved to like February, March, but that's okay. I will do the next one I finish. And then, which I'll talk about more in plans, like that February, March seems arbitrary, but in plans, you'll understand why. And then I started Seaside Kingdom, but I started it with a series of half stitches so that for counting purposes, so the number of stitches is 6, but it really is, it's like 60. So for plans for next year, I want to do more Nora and Nora November, especially because I'm not going to get a really good Mirabilia May. So when I'm looking at my plans for next November, I know I want to dedicate like way more of my stitching to Nora's and Mira's. But I'm still happy. Moon Glow is very close, like 1,100 stitches and beads total. Like she's so close. Got the frame, like she's going to be on my wall soon. She's just not on my wall today, which is annoying. All right, so that was Moon Glow and that was my Nora November wrap up. I only have 2 more stitching things to show you guys. If I only showed you stitching and didn't talk about all this other stuff, this would be a 5-minute video. So my next one is Within a Dream by the Artsy Housewife. I did 710 stitches on this. Some of you guys asked about this pattern. This was a Patreon pattern in her Patreon in July. So she doesn't have like a rule. I don't think about when things are going to come out, but my guess would be it'd be available at some point next year. Since you guys saw it last, I finished this and started in here, did the square, came back and filled in the color that goes like around the triangles. 1, 2, 3 stitches in the wrong color, so I got the replacement color for it, went back and filled that in. And what I think I'm going to do is so I finished this flower over here. I think I'm going to do everything across that's at like that level. Work on the hill and the skull. I started the skull, but you can't really see. And I started the words, but they blend in and they'll blend in until the green is around it. And then this green, I don't want it to be stripy, so I'm doing it kind of like random. So I think I'm just gonna keep going across this way, fill it in, get this, and then kind of go back, because I don't want to do the whole border and then find out the border's messed up at the top, because it's obviously a very thick, involved border. I want to bounce back and forth, but it's so pretty. This is on 28 count presentation by Picture This Plus, and I have no idea how high it will go. It will be exciting when I get to the middle and I can cut off. This is the piece that I'm doing as a memorial piece to my dog Lucy that passed away. If you are new and you want to know and you're just curious about what happened to Lucy, it's the last 11 minutes of the Ask Us Anything video. I shared what had happened, but I don't want to chomp it up on you guys every video, so I'll pass that this time. But it lives in this like house stitch co bag, and I was missing, so this is like kitted up. It calls for mostly Gentle Arts, a couple of Weeks Dye Works, and 4 DMC. I was missing 3 of the DMC, so I got those. And then I subbed out the 2 Weeks Dye Works for more Gentle Arts, just so I could keep it in the same family. And I didn't realize one of the subs I had made needed 2, so I got the second barn gray that I needed, so now I have enough. And then this currant is the color that I was missing before, but they'd sent that red grape, so they'd sent this one, and this is what I was missing. So they're very close. I would have been fine if they had, for some reason, didn't want to replace it, but of course they did. The substitute that I made for Pebble, it's too gray, like silvery gray, compared to how the tan, like, so I would not, I think the barn gray substitution was good. I think this Pebble for sand was not good. I think I looked up, anyway, but I like it. I think it looks really good in the piece, but if you were going to make, I wouldn't use my conversion on that, just because I think it is a little different, and I think you could have gotten a different Gentle Arts that looked closer to the called for, or even a DMC that looks like the called for. All right, and now the last thing I stitched on, because again, I stitched half of what I normally stitch, is I worked on the solar system that I'm stitching for my son. I'm saving the middle. In our jingle ball prep video, I showed how like this is like 11 or 1400 stitches or something of this yellow, and I'm going to do that during the jingle ball. So I just was filling out the rays around it. And as you can see, there's like holes where other colors go in. And then once I get the sun in, I'll do the planets across, because this needs to be done by January 14th. But which is, because it's a birthday present for my son and I need time to like frame it and stuff. But I do have this, I charted it so that it will fit in an 8x10 frame. Like, I'm not playing myself. It will go in an 8x10 frame. And I didn't have any more goals on this. But there were just times when my son was like around, and I knew if I pulled this out, he'd let me stitch. But if I pulled out anything else, he would want like to do something else. And so I was like, I need to stitch a little bit. Like, there were some days where like 50 stitches on this was all that happened. So it's on 14 count, Navy Ada. And I'll have a nice chunk of this left over when I'm done. All right. So that is literally all my stitching. That is half of what I normally stitch. And normally I stitch on like, it lives in this ragtag quilt art bag, and I'm stitching it with that like 6-inch Duchess hoop. And I just have, because I charted this just for me, I charted it with like a million DMC colors and didn't like do all the things you would do to make it like a better, more normal pattern, because I'm not selling this. I charted it off of like some like Wiki Commons art, just so that he could have it in his room. Also, I gave him a dog that I cross-stitched that was a Pioneer Woman kit, and if you aren't new here, you know what I'm talking about. He drew on it. So giving him that was like a very good lesson in this one is getting glass, because even though this is for him and I want him to have it and enjoy it, this is one that like I don't want him to draw on. So when I frame it, it's getting framed with glass on it. And so I need to remember that. Like when I go to frame it, it may not fit on foam board or something. I might need really thin, but glass, it needs glass, because what I'm not doing is doing that like in December when I want to be Christmas stitching and then come in to find like Sharpie on the sun or something. All right, so that is literally all my stitching. But of course you saw the timestamp and this video is not done. Plans. Okay, so I was supposed to start Santa's house because I planned to start Santa's house in December, and then Laura from Stitching by the Shore and Mary from Mary's Stitching Corner decided they were going to start it last Sunday, and I was like, oh, perfect, I'll join you. And then that was a night of chaos, and I didn't have like brain capacity to start something new. And then my friend, but I'm like still wanting to start it. And then my friend Jen from Jen Fiber Web, God, I'm so overexposed on here. This is crazy. So my friend Jen from Jen's Fiber Web said that she wanted to start it too, and she started with me today. So today I am playing catch up, and Laura, I'm going to start it. I'm going to post a picture on Instagram this week of my progress, because she was like, oh, I hope I see your progress, Stephanie. It's like, oh, I failed at everything. This week was a big, like, I failed at everything, everywhere, all at once this week. And so like, but I'm starting it tonight, and I'm going to post a picture on Instagram this week so that Laura, to share my progress with you. And Jen has like, I don't know if she does not have all the charts, but she was like thinking about doing them all as one. So I don't know if she's still planning on doing that, but definitely follow. I will mention Jen again later in plans, and I'll probably mention her in every video for the rest of the time, but definitely go check her out if you want to see her progress on her next video. All right. Other plans. Jingle Ball stitching prep. So I have that. Jingle Ball starts Friday night. I got my shirt prepped. I'm literally only wearing it for this video and then taking it off because I don't want it to be too dirty to wear on Friday, and I'm not washing it before Friday. Like, there's enough laundry that needs to get done in this house. I'm not making myself new laundry. So I'm wearing this for like this video, and then I'm gonna go hang it up. Okay, so I have the other stitching that I'm thinking for Jingle Ball. The December Stitch for Pride for DeesTwentyStitches that just came out today is the love. It's like an inverse of the love sign from Love Park in Philadelphia, that statue. It's like the LOVE. I think that will make really good stitching. It is still counting, but I think it will make, and I don't want to outline the letters because I'm more likely to mess that up. But I think it'll make really good, like, easy stitching. And then also I'm working on Small Gift with Denise from Black Ribbon Stitch Studio and Colette, the Highway Stitcher, as a Sal. And I'm still in the white snow, and that white snow goes on for a million years. So that is something where either I could outline it or just, it's pretty mindless, like 2 over, 2 under white stitching. And I still have more on one side, and then I have most of the right side still to do. So among those 3 projects, I think that will take up all my Jingle Ball and are all things I have goals for December. So that's great. And then I have 5 pieces I want to finish in December. I want to finish Moonglow. I want to finish Stitch for Pride. I want to finish Go Tell It on the Mountain by Heartstring Samplery. I want to finish Water Lily Dragon, which I'm doing by JedXStitch, which I'm doing for my daughter. And I want to finish the Solar System for my son. And that plus some Christmas stitching is like my December. And so I have no other new starts planned in the next 2 weeks besides starting Santa's house tonight. And I don't know if I mentioned it. That's the one by Cottage Garden Samplings. I know I showed it, but that's the one by Cottage Garden Samplings. That's so cute. I have 2 more starts planned for December, but for after we film our whip parade, so they don't count against me in our whip parade. Okay. Those are my plans. Parades. So I have not watched a ton of Flosstube, like I said, but I have watched a few like really good parades. So Jen from Jen's Fiber Web accidentally is starting 100 projects this year. And she did a start parade where she showed everything she'd started. I think she was at like 91 and talked about the other few things she's going to do. And it's also very possible she'll end up with like 105 or 200 starts, because it's not like she's like capping herself, but she's going to end up starting 100 things. So go check that out. And like more of them are finished than is like should be legal. You know what I mean? Like for how many starts she's doing and how many, like the amount of finishes she has is upsetting, but good for her. Karen from KVA did a kit parade, partly so that she could like touch everything before going into next year. And like, I think that like, I like doing my pattern organization. Sometimes it's just like, oh yeah, you need to remember what you have. I don't have a ton of like kitted projects that are in bags, but when I go to prep for our end of year whip parade in a couple weeks, that will be like good for me to do as well. So her kit parade was really a stash parade. She called it like a stash dive, but I'll link to it. And then Julie from Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World did an FFO parade. She had, I want to say 85, 89, some crazy number of things, between things that needed to be re-FFO'd from like damage and just taste changing, and her like under the bed box of like 4 years of stuff, or just like so much stuff. And she literally filmed all of them, and then she went and FFO'd them and then showed the final FFO. It was really cool. So, and I really, like, because I only started watching Flosstube a year and a half ago, like, if you're going into your under the bed box and it's stuff that you finished 2 or 3 years ago, I never saw it. So it was really cool just to see all that stuff, plus seeing it all in frames was really cool. All right. Flossmas. This is a very special time of year. We're not doing a Flossmas. What is Flossmas? So Vlogmas is where Flossmas came from. And Vlogmas is where YouTubers do a video every day of December, mostly because ad revenue is so good in December that it really pays. The types of YouTubers that make that are vloggers where that's like literally their full-time job, and nobody's full-time job is Flosstube. But for the vloggers who are like, that's like a huge revenue maker for them, because ad revenue is so much better this time of year. So that's where it originated from. But it just became a thing where people on YouTube like to do videos where they do one day, and they'll pick a theme or something. And within Flosstube, which is, people who are not like that kind of content creator, people who are doing it more for like the fun of it and like hobbies, they'll pick things that are, they'll pick like one topic or two topics. So a lot of times they'll pick like an advent calendar that they're getting, or like a box subscription, or they'll do like a spin the wheel style game or something, and they'll film a little bit every, God, this is so crazy. The light is so crazy. They'll film a little bit every day. And those videos tend to be like 8 to 20 minutes, depending on the creator. And last year we were watching them and enjoying them, and then we decided to share during December who we were watching. But because it's December 1st, I haven't watched any yet. I've seen some already up, but I haven't watched any yet. So I'll just tell you guys whose Flossmas's I'm excited to be watching this year. So Crafty Gaming Jamie and Tara from Woldham Woodman Crafts are two Flosstubes that I never miss an episode of now, who I both started watching last year because Allison was like obsessed with their Flossmas's and recommended them. So I'm very excited to see their Flossmas's this year. Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, is doing an Advent, and we connected last year over what are the 12 days of Christmas. So I always think of her when I think of Christmas stitching, and so I'm excited to watch her Advent. The Runner Stitcher, Andrew, is doing a, I don't think he did one last year, so I haven't watched his first episode yet, so I'm not sure what he's unboxing, but I'm excited for that one. Jacinta from Crafting on the Plains. I don't think she did one last year either, but I'm not positive, but I'm very excited to see hers. Mama Loves You GB. She might have done one last year because she's been around a really long time, but I did not watch hers last year, so I'm excited to watch this year. Crafty Emily is doing one, and I think hers is partially her unboxing the one that she sold. So that will be exciting because she makes like really cool needle minders. And then DeesTwentyStitches, who is newer. I got introduced to her. She mentioned us in a video because we're working on one of the same projects. But the reason I know of her like more is because Peggy from Peggy Still Stitching, who is like one of my Flosstube friends, is friends with her, I think IRL. So I'm excited to watch DeesTwentyStitches, and then the Sleepy Stitcher, and she is in Japan. So, you know, if you're like a morning Flossmas person, hers are going to be up early because by the time we're up, her day's almost over. So I'm excited. I'll be taking in all of those. And the nice thing is, you know, even though that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, when you're talking about like 10 to 20 minutes, you're talking about a normal floss tube, and you're catching up with 9 people every day. So that'll be really fun. And I know there's a lot more out there. Those are just the ones that caught my eye when I was like, who are the people that I love, who I'm always watching their videos, or they're kind of new to me and I want to get to know them a little better. And these are the ones that popped up. All right. Stitchy Kindness. Now we had some very generous Stitchy Kindness, which I know is something that I've kind of gotten used to saying around here. Because it's true. First, I want to show you guys, and I don't know the name of the business. I will put it up on the screen because I'm going to have to ask my brother. My brother's girlfriend's mom made a bunch of really cute decorative pumpkins, and we each got to pick one out. And I think this is crochet, but I'm a fiber arts lover, but this one particular fiber art is like obviously but anyway, how cute is that little blue crochet pumpkin to put out next year in the fall? And then I haven't even opened this yet. So you guys know that Allison and I have tins from Erin from the Still City Stitchers, has a company, Cat on Creations, where she sells little stitchy tins that she calls kit tins, which is so cute. And she has generously let us have her fall and I'm blanking. I have her spring tin and I have her fall tin with patterns, and she asked if we wanted Christmas tins, and I'm like, yeah, I want a Christmas tin. I'm like never gonna say no to cute free stitchy stuff. So I'll just unbox it with you guys. So it comes packaged up like this, and these kittens are so cute. So now I have one of these in my car, one of these in my purse, and I'm gonna put one of these in my backpack, because I'm always switching back and forth from my backpack to my car and not like pulling things, so that I'm literally never. And in the tin has like the scissors that you need, a needle with little felts so you don't lose it, and then she makes the needle minders herself. And look at this little Christmas tree, I love it. And because you're stitching on like little things, I'll show you, I don't actually use the needle minder for like on the thing. I use it to clip up the paper pattern to the tin, so when I'm sitting and stitching in my car, I can see the pattern. These are the only projects I stitch from paper, but you can get her PDFs. I think when you order it, you can get her PDFs now, and you can also get her PDFs in the chart. All right, so it comes with the directions for how to finish them into like the little tags. So the tags are a little different this time. These are so cute. Because the idea is that you make little gift tag ornaments, which you can do anything you want with, but oh, look. So it comes with the tag, and but I love that it's green for Christmas, and a little piece of comic book board to help you finish it, and with the instructions on how to finish it, and it comes with all of the kitted up floss that you need to finish that project, but it's still generous. Like when you're finished with one, you're not out. And I ordered, I was thinking I didn't order the truck, but I did. I ordered the truck. So I'll post a picture of like all of the ones that are the Christmas ones, but I ordered a truck. Oh, a little red tag. I never remember which ones I order, and then it's always a fun surprise when they get here. And they're paper patterns, so when you're done, if you have like someone in your life who also stitches, oh, a penguin. Oh, I'm so excited. I've been working on the fall truck in my free stitching time when I'm like in carpool and stuff, and I need to finish it so I can start one of these. Or maybe I'll just start one of these. And I keep them all in my car, and then I keep one project in my purse, and I keep one project in the 10 in my car. This one is, oh, a little sweater with the reindeer. So yeah, so this is like 31 by 22 4 colors. So it's like the perfect thing to kind of like mindlessly work on when you don't want to bring a real project, but you find yourself like with time on your hands and you don't want to like just sit there with nothing to do. I should have got, like, this is how like I should have gotten this out when I was having trouble doing other things, like when I was at my parents' or like when we were in the movie theater. Oh, the little teapot. Okay. I think should I start the pink? Okay. Comment if you want me to work on the penguin or first, or if you want me to work on the reindeer in a sweater first, and I'll post those here. Tell me which one to work on first, and because I like them both. So you just take the floss and the pattern and the Aida and you put it in here, and you could, if you wanted to, it comes with 14 count white Aida. I think it's 14 count. You could, it might be 16, but I think it's 14. You could, though, take a tiny scrap of any fabric you wanted if you didn't want to do it on Aida. And I'm so excited. So, okay, so reindeer, penguin, tell me in the comments, and I will start whichever one you guys is winning, like Wednesday. I'll get that up with me and switch it out for my pumpkin. And like, how cute is the little logo? Okay, so Erin, thank you so much. I love them, and obviously I love them because I keep stitching them. And Allison got hers, and so we'll show hers next time she's on. You guys can see, because I think she got different patterns than me. But we didn't talk about, I think she even maybe said surprise me. We didn't talk about what pattern she got. Ugh, I'm so overexposed. So I don't even know what she got. So that'll be exciting. All right, so then I got two more. I'm gonna try not to show my address. Two more Stitchy Kindness, which was just so over the top. And one I haven't even opened yet. Because I was gonna wait and open it with Allison, but then she can't. So this is from Jackie, who is Jax's Creative Inspirations, and her name on Instagram is different, but on YouTube she's Jax's Creative Inspirations, and she's Jackie Beecher. And I thought I had her cards. So I opened mine, but I didn't open Allison's, and I won't open Allison's. I'll leave hers intact, and she can open it next time. So I was stitching October Quaker, and I mentioned that I was stitching it with Black Walnut from Miss Stitch Me, and that I had I counted for the fact that I was never going to be able to stitch that whole project, plus the project I already stitched with it on one 10-yard skein, and she had some, and so she asked if she could send it to me, and I was like, yeah, I'll buy it from you. And she's like, she wouldn't let me buy it from her, which is so sweet. But I guess it was like a floss of the month before I was a part of the club. But so that is going to go in that project bag so that it doesn't get used for anything else, which will make that project. So that means I can finish the whole October Quaker tree by Hello from Liz Mathews in one color instead of having to figure it out. But then she also made me a little floss bling. And how cute is that? And she mentioned in her note, like, why she chose the things she chose. It says, okay, Stitcher, Stephanie. And then it's got like a little camera because I'm a photographer, and a passport because I'm a travel writer. And oh, I just love it so much. It's so cute. Okay, here's her card. So on IG, she is Scrappin' Jax, but on Flosstube, she is Jax's Creative Inspirations, and also on Facebook as well. And I will link to all of her stuff below, but it's just so sweet. So I will link to all of those so that you can go find her. But her Flosstube is also very lovely. And her floss collection is to die for, which makes sense why she would love to do floss rings, because she has an amazing floss collection. All right, so Jackie, thank you so much. That was like, it was so kind to send the floss, but then also to send that sweet floss playing for me, and I'm assuming, I didn't open Allison's. I'm assuming Allison's is similar, but I technically don't know. But whatever you sent to Allison too, thank you so much. And then the last, I'm very excited about. So, like, okay, you guys know the restraint it took not to open this very sweet package. So Audrey from Stitch Bead, sent this, and I did not open it. Now, maybe there was, okay, so the card says maybe there was a creature stirring after all. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, well, I'm not going to read the note, but that's very sweet. And I'm going to break into this, like, adorable package. Oh, I gotta save that. Audrey is like so fun and cool because we don't stitch the same things. We barely stitch the same things ever, like almost never. We're actively against most of her projects. She knows what I mean. Okay, this is really cool. Roxy Floss. Oh my gosh. And one's named Molly and one's named Cheeky. So I think I'm going to keep this one and this one's going to Allison. I've never stitched with Roxy Floss. Oh, this is so exciting. And oh, we're both going to have, Allison and I are going to have to start a beautiful, small, beautiful red sampler. Oh my God, that's so exciting. Oh my gosh. And perfect, like perfect floss tags. And I think the picture that she took is something she stitched. And they say, Floss company, floss name number, happy stitching. Oh my gosh. And there's one for each of us. And then, oh, women are a force of nature stickers. Sorry, the way that it's like overexposed is crazy. Oh, and this really sweet little needle minder. Oh, this is what I think we're going to have to stitch with this. JBW, a stitcher stocking. Oh. And then, oh, the sampler stocking. Oh, those are precious. Audrey. Audrey's one of those people that when we tagged her the first time and we literally were like, she's too cool. She'll never notice us. I can't believe that we're like, friends. Like, I'm calling you my friends. I know it's like, I haven't gotten to meet you, and you go to very, very fancy retreats, so I don't know if I'll ever get to meet you in real life, but you are my friend, and I'm very excited, and thank you so much. This was so sweet and so generous. So Allison probably won't watch this video, so I'll probably get to show her and surprise her when I show her this stuff for the first time. But if she does watch this video, I'm sure she's just as excited and touched as I am, because she's the one who told me to go watch Audrey in the first place. Allison has great Flosstube recs. If Allison says, go watch X person, go watch go watch that person. Like, every time she told me to go watch someone, they never missed. She is talking about the sunlight, about Wilderman Crafts, about Crafty Gamey Jamie, about Audrey. Like, she has the even about like the Flossmas and cousins. Like, she has great taste in Flosstube. So I'm so touched. We really wanted to get our stuff together this year to do Christmas cards, and then we did not get our stuff together to do Christmas cards this year, but hopefully next year we really will, because I would love to be able to send like a sweet note to all of the wonderful Flosstube friends we have made, and Instagram friends, because there's a lot of people that we talk to who are on Instagram but not on Flosstube. And then some Jingle Ball friends that we made, and hopefully new ones we will make this year, because we haven't been to any retreats, so that's where we mostly meet people. All right, so that was Stitchy Kindness. I'm like a little overwhelmed. Thank you guys so much. Guys, we're only at 55 minutes, and I know I'm cutting 5 minutes of fluff out, so I don't even know. This video might barely hit an hour. Yeah, all I just have left the haul and the giveaway. So when I say I failed at everything, everywhere, all at once, I mean I failed. I get a big F-. I've been trying to not buy haul. I did buy haul. Guys, I did. Every time I saw like a Black Friday sale, I would go on their website just to prove to myself that I didn't need anything, you know, like hello from Liz Mathews. Like I would go on her website and be like, I love all these patterns, I want to buy them, but do I like them more than the ones that I currently have in my stash waiting to stitch by her? No, I have 10 unstitched hello from Liz Mathews patterns. I have 20 unstitched Artsy Housewife patterns. Like, and I love them and I don't need these. And it was like, but then you know who got me? And so like the people that I stitch all the time, like I was like, I look at their catalog enough and I kind of, the ones I've pulled the trigger on are the ones I really want to stitch and then what other ones I admire. But the person who got me was Tiny Modernist. Again, Allison has a great taste because I have really never gone through her back catalog, and like a lot of places don't carry her full stuff. There were patterns that I had never seen before. Of the 4 that I bought, she had a 30% off sale. It might still be happening. If you're seeing this video the day it comes out, it might still be happening. I did send it to Allison, but I don't think she bought anything. So of the 4 patterns I bought, I'd only seen 2 of them before. So I bought Moonface Bell Pull, which I bought it as stash, but then Jen from Jen's Fiber Woman and I are talking about stitching it next year together. Like I'm saying this now, so she basically has to. I'm just kidding. It like officially made it into my like plans for next year to try to stitch it next year. So that's not stash anymore. That's plans. But the other 3 are just stash because I have no plans for them. The Last Unicorn, which I had never seen before. And I found it because I was looking for Unicorn's Garden, which I also bought, which I had seen before. Now remember, I'm starting Unicorn's Garden by Sprouting Lupin at the end of the month on my for my daughter's birthday. And now I have 2 more unicorn patterns plus a Teresa Winslow unicorn. My daughter's going to end up with a unicorn wall and be like, why? Like, why do I have this unicorn wall, Mom? And then I also bought The Secret Garden, which I'd never seen before. And I love The Secret Garden. And I have like, I'm doing my Hello from Liz Mathews, and it's in my Secret Garden. Like, I love that one so much, I even got a bag that is Secret Garden. So when that project is done, and I'm starting another Hello from Liz Mathews for my birthday next year, but when that project is done, I'll need to save that bag for the Secret Garden. All right, so then I bought something else that was on my to buy list for a long time, but I'd been avoiding buying it. And partially I've been avoiding it because my life wasn't conducive to having it, but now my life will be conducive to having it. And so I ordered a Lowry stand. And so I will be doing a D-stash in January. No, I probably can't do it in December, but in January I will do a D-stash because I need to get rid of other things to make room for these things in my collection. I have some 40 count fabric I still need to de-stash. I have a lot of patterns, that need to be de-stashed. So I did spend money on Black Friday sales. Now the Lowry stand wasn't a Black Friday sale. I bought it from DeesTwentyStitches, but it had a coupon and then free shipping and stuff, but it wasn't technically Black Friday. But I was hoping one would go up for Black Friday, and then none of the places that carried them had any Black Friday sales. So I was talking to my friend. I was like, why haven't I? And I just bit the bullet. Anyway, so when it gets here, I'm going to do an unboxing video. And I need to make some educational content around this Lowry stand and also do a de-stash to ease my guilt. So, the light. It's here up is fine. And anyway, so I will be doing a series of Lowry stand videos so that I feel like that was a community purchase and not just for me because I want it. And also when my life gets to the point where I can talk openly about the things that are going on, I'll tell you guys why it was also the time to purchase it. I'm excited though. I'm very excited. I want to learn two-handed stitching. I want to get rid of the wrist pain. I also am wondering if the kids jumping in my lap constantly will be a little bit easier if my stitching Like if I can just turn my stitching aside and it's not like constant, like start like from scratch situation where I have to put everything down and then get everything back out and everything. So we'll see. Yeah, so wow, this video is short. So that was my haul. Oh, I also got the fabric to restart my chatelaine. So I got the same fabric. I had 32 count Lugana, I got 32 count linen, but they're both in Vintage Stormy Night. It's really pretty. I am gonna restart that pretty soon. I might restart it on Wednesday. It's not a new start, it's just a restart. So I might restart that on Wednesday. All right. Guys, you won't even know what hit you. But then again, there's a lot of good content in December, so you might appreciate a shorter video. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm gonna change shirts, and then I'm gonna start filming organizing my digital patterns video. If you made it to this point in the video, leave a bell emoji. Oh wait, no, giveaway. Okay, I can't deal with the post office this week. Like there's literally no way, aside from the things I already have to do, that I can do, not this week, this month, extra. I can't be at the post office extra this month. So we're gonna do a $5 gift card to $5 gift card to 123Stitch, because that will cost me about as much money as it would to mail a few different patterns and such. And I know it's not like it's super exciting, but it will cover your shipping. So if you win it and you decide you want to make an order, that will cover your shipping. And so you won't have to feel so guilty about making your purchase. So we're gonna do a $5 gift card to 123Stitch. The keyword, if you want to enter in your comment, use the word ship, S-H-I-P, ship. If you made it to this point in the video, oh, sorry. I'm gonna film an intro about like contests and stuff, so I don't have to say this every time, but I didn't film it yet. So you can live anywhere in the world because I'm just emailing it to you. And I don't think you need to be 18, just because all you need to give me is your email address. So you can be anyone, anywhere, but it's only $5, so it's not going to cover shipping to London. I don't know if they, but it will cover shipping in the US. But it will be... Okay, so you can live anywhere. It can be any age. Please don't use the word win or giveaway or contest or anything that would like alert trolls who are just searching for free things to come and descend upon us like madness. Use the word ship, S-H-I-P, in your comment, and I will draw in 2 weeks on our next Flosstube. All right. If you made it to this point in the video, please leave a bell emoji for the jingle bells, because we will see you at the jingle ball. If we won't see you at the jingle ball, that's okay. You can leave the bell emoji, or you can leave the no bell emoji. That's also fine. Let us know in the comments also if you're going to be at the jingle ball, if we're going to see you, if you're stitching on anything for the jingle ball. I would love to know that. And I'm going to go change shirts and organize, like clear my desk so I can film this digital pattern organization video. And I'll also be back next week for our 2025 plans video, hopefully, unless something goes terribly wrong. She should be. And yeah, so if you're not subscribed, subscribe, because that's going to be coming out a week from today, which is very exciting. Gotta get those plans locked in. All right, I'm rambling. Thanks so much. Bye.